Hi guys, welcome back to Crypto Time channel. My name is Gil, and as usual, I bring today market update. So here we have Bitcoin daily chart once again, and this week has been a very interesting week. So let's zoom in. And again, just to recap, we've been tracking Bitcoin price daily. So. And for quite a while, we've been, seeing Bitcoin moving within those zones here. So right now, Bitcoin is within this envelope zone, which is basically this, blue or purple rectangle. So, and Bitcoin tried to, a couple of times to go to the retest zone. So the retest zone is basically the zone where we have built a bottom, so at the 17k region, and which was at on, let's see, 18th Saturday, June, back in June this year. So, and ever since we've been waiting for Bitcoin to go and retest that region, okay, and that's very likely to happen. So patience is key. So as you can see here, we have the retest zone right here, and Bitcoin for a couple of times tried to go into that zone. So, and it stopped just right before. Okay, as you can see, let's zoom in. So we'll be clear. So here we have basically 1, 2, and 3 times. So the last one happened yesterday, so Thursday 13th. So and again, just stopped right here before the retest zone actually. So one thing is, again, after the retest zone, if we or actually the Bitcoin price lose the the retest zone, that support, all right, so the next one will be at the 16k, right? And so here we have the help of 2 EMAs. So the white line here is the one of the most important EMAs we can use. It's very simple to use. Is the 8 weeks EMA. So price has been below that white line, means a bearish scenario. Okay, so here we have it, Bitcoin price moving below that white line, and the red line is the 80 days EMA, 80 days, right? So we had the 8 weeks, the white line, and the 80 days, the red line. So the ideal scenario for to be bullish is to have the white line above the red line, and of course the price moving above those 2 lines. Okay. And then we can see that scenario happening way ago here. So just for instance, let's pick this scenario right here. Okay. So it's just to illustrate what I'm talking about. So here we have the cross right here. Okay, this is to be sure, right? For those who wants to be sure of a bullish scenario. So here we are back in July last year. So we saw the Bitcoin price moving up, and then the lines crossing here, the EMA is crossing right here. Let me zoom in and maybe help you guys to see better now. So here we have the price moving up, and then the line is crossing here, and the best scenario is when we have this pivot right here, and then we would enter, to be very, very sure, we would enter at this level right here. Okay, somewhere here at this candle, at this very day. So Friday 6 August last year. So that's to be sure that we are in a bullish trend. Okay, and as you can see, the price moving above the lines, and at this point here is between those 2 lines. So it's kind of uncertainty scenario right here, but not to be nothing to be worried about. So we have the lines here, and here is the cross again. So pricing moving below and building pivots below the white line. That's almost a red flag for us, using those two EMAs, and then the cross here. So that's a red flag. So it's time to move out of the market, because in this configuration, as you can see, pricing move below the white line and the red line above the white line. So then we have a very bearish scenario. Okay, and then we head all the way down here to these days. All right, so just to illustrate, you can set up yourself. So EMA 8 weeks and the EMA 80 days. All right, so you set up and you can you can back test that if you want to do so. All right, so the last days, so we had Bitcoin moving within these ascending channel, but then at this day here, let me zoom in. At this day, Bitcoin price broke below, that support, and finally at on Thursday 13th, we had this dump right here. Okay, reaching 18k, somewhere around 18k. All right, so now we have recovered a bit, but it's nothing to be bullish right here, guys, unless you are trading in doing short-term trading. So that's another story. But I mean, we've been aiming this region, okay, the retest zone. So you want to see Bitcoin going here again, so we can buy some more, and keep watching the markets, what the market is going to do, because again, we can see Bitcoin moving to the next support level and to the next one and so on. Okay, so and let's just move on to the next chart, which is the 2 hours. So again, it's a Bitcoin chart, 2 hours, and here we have the help of the VWAP indicator. Okay, so here we can see, and then and then we also have the VRVP indicator, which is these blue lines here, the chart here. So that shows main supports and resistance, so zones of interest, and we can see the Bitcoin price is kind of that there's a lot of noise here, because we're using two different indicators, and we have also the these yellow lines, meaning the triangle right here, but let's focus on the latest hours. So one thing to consider here, guys, is the VWAP indicator is the green line, right? So the green line is the VWAP itself, right? So and then we have 2 upper bands and 2 lower bands, right? So these red and blue lines, on the top and on the bottom here, right? So the thing to consider is the price will move between those those lines. And one thing for sure is that the price will eventually go back to the VWAP. So the price will always revisit the VWAP. Okay, so I will show that in a minute on our page on Twitter and Instagram. So you can see, we've been posting there and tweeting some good stuff, and we something around this region here. We were talking about the price going towards to the red line, so the very first lower band, and that happened actually after after a day or two. Then the price reached the second lower band, but as I said before, the price always go back always goes back to, you know, to the VWAP, which is the green line. So you can see that here. So let me zoom in, and let me use the arrow. So we see the price moving here, breaking below the VWAP and start moving towards to the first band and reach it here at this day here and here at this candle. So here and here, and try to move up, losing steam, and then finally goes all the way down to the second lower band, to the then to go all the way up again to the VWAP. And now the VWAP, as you can see, is working as a support. So the price breaks through the VWAP, goes up, and then we have a correction, and now is testing this VWAP again as a support. All right, and you can use as well the VPVR, the VRVP, sorry, the VRVP indicator, and we can see the main points of interest. So we have, I don't know if you can see here, but we have this point around 19K is a very busy point. So lots of interest here from the markets, and here as well we have at this region as well. And now we see the price moving between the 19.8 and 19.6 or so. Okay, we can see here the price moving within this, and again the green line acting as a support right now. All right, so we can use some good indicators to help us to understand the next movement. So again, nothing to be so we can see one thing interesting here, just caught here, is so the price is moving up, right? Price is moving up, however the volume is moving down. Okay, so this is a discrepancy, so we can interpret that as price is trying to move up but it's losing steam, right? So we could see the price once more trying to go and retest the VWAP. Let's just pretend it's retesting like several times, and then finally goes back down to the red line. Okay, at least the lower band, the first lower band. Okay, so we could see something like that. Okay, so let's keep our eyes on it, and then let's move on to the weekly chart. This is just to illustrate that to be bullish, we were expecting to have a week closing above this region, and that didn't happen or hasn't happened yet. But let's keep our eyes on it. We are far away from that region. We had previous lows here, this white line here. We had the previous lows where this candle here broke below the previous lows, and this one as well. So this current week broke below that region as well. So we can see, it's very likely we will see soon the Bitcoin price moving towards to the next low to be retested, which is the 17K. So we've been seeing the price closing below the previous lows two times. So one here, and one here. So here we had the previous lows, right? One here, here, and here. And now we have two candles below that previous lows. Okay, so very likely to see soon the Bitcoin going to this region. All right. What else? Let's move, and why? Let's move to, let's say, the indicators, oscillators. Then, yeah, the oscillators here we see using the weekly chart again. So the most important charts for medium and long term are the the daily chart, weekly chart, and monthly chart. All right. So everything else is for day trades, swing trades, scalp, stuff like that. Okay, so short-term trading. And what we can see here is the Bitcoin is we've been having these lower highs and lower lows, and if we go back to let's see, if we go back to here, we'll see we have these this pattern where we have lower highs and lower lows. Okay, so once again we've been building this pattern, and okay, and probably see something like this. Okay, sorry, oops. Okay, so we have this right now, so lower highs and lower lows. All right, so and if we go back to the oscillators, then we have the this stock RSI, basically at the overbought region, almost there. Actually, it's within the is within this this rectangle, or the this channel, but is very close to the overbought region, which is above this the 80 point here. All right, and so we had to keep our eyes peeled because of this, because the idea is we buy not only based on the stock RSI, but one good sign to buy is the oversold, which is way below the 20 point here. Okay, or this lower part of the channel, and then we have the RSI itself, and again very bearish, so way below the 40. And to be bullish, we have to be over the 50, and acting over 50, and to be even more bullish, to see this price moving even above the 60. All right, as we had way before here. Okay, you see every time the price goes up to 50, we've been like in a very good bullish scenario. All right, so but we cannot be based on only on the RSI or only one indicator or oscillator, so that's why we use a couple of them to so we can take the best decision. All right, so the MACD showing the MACD going up, and the OBV the same. All right, so here we have a bit of discrepancy. So as market here, so the price is moving down since this vertical white line here, price is moving down, but then we have the MACD and the OBV moving up, so that's a discrepancy right there. Okay, and now moving to the SP 500 chart. So that what happens. Okay, because again, you cannot only see and track Bitcoin or other altcoin alone, because all the crypto markets rely basically the behavior relies on what's happening within the traditional market. So SP 500 or Nasdaq will give you an idea what's going to happen in the crypto market. Okay, so here's the daily chart, SP 500, and as you can see here, the price moves towards to get closer to the EMA 8 weeks, the white line again. So very important indicator. Okay guys, so you see the price moving from this day here, moving towards to trying to reach and retest the EMA 8 weeks, but then fails and goes all the way down, and then we had the dump yesterday. Now it's closed, so we finished the day yesterday with a very big green candle. That's fine, but we had this dump here. So this is my point. Okay, so let's zoom in, pick this arrow again to help us. So you see this green candle. So we have the line, the white line, and I will explain that in a second. This white line here, but SP 500 try to break below this white line, which is a support, a couple of times, and then finally got here. Okay, and then we went all the way down to almost 3,500 points somewhere. Okay, 3,495 points. So the thing here is, okay, let me zoom in out. So we had the previous lows, all right, here. Okay, previous low, and the pricing breaking and below the previous low is likely to go and revisit and test the next support. So the next support was this white line here. All right, so we saw that happen here. Okay, so we had the previous low here, and then we saw a couple of candles. The first candle I believe was this one here. Let me zoom in. Was this one breaking below? Okay, was this one here breaking below the previous low, and that that gave us the certainty that the price would, of course, have a correction, but would go to the next level, and actually went to the next level here, tested support, went all the way back up, tried to reach the AMA, didn't happen, and then goes all the way back down to the to retest that support, and then finally broke through below that support, and that's the exercise, right? So we are looking actually for the SP 500, which is in a downtrend. We can see here in the downtrend, right? We have the downtrend here. You can do this exercise, all right? We see this downtrend, right? And what happened roughly, okay guys, so what happened here is the next major support zone is here. Okay, so let me clean this, right? So we are right now, we are here, we have this candle right here. Okay, and we are kind of very close to go to this next major support zone, which means we are going back to pre-pandemic levels. Okay, and that's because there's a lot going on, and no matter what people are posting, tweeting about previous markets, previous cycles and stuff like that, but this time around we have different scenario. Okay, we have to think out of the box, because now we have a major economic crisis going on. So we have war in Ukraine and energetic crisis, especially in Europe. And let me go here and share with you. So the charts here, it's all good for now. Let me go back here and share this with you. Okay, so here is the next meeting. So the Fed will gather together on November 2nd. So November 2nd, they will reconvene and discuss the next measures. And the thing is, right, so if you Google it, and you'll see lots of news around and expectations around the the outcome of that meeting could be. So they're saying maybe they will raise 0.75% over for the interest rates, which is they are increasing the interest rates, so that will scare the market. Okay, so you can Google it and you'll see a lot of it. Okay, it's just to share that the traditional markets, the economy, all around the world interferes and impacts the crypto markets. Okay, so it doesn't matter what's going on in the crypto markets. If the traditional markets goes down the sink, so we will go as well. Okay, and let's go to our channel, our page on Twitter. So here the latest tweets is just to share that we've been tweeting some of good stuff. So here was the one of our latest tweets, and you can see it was hours on and hours before actually that dump happens, and we left here. The structure was a very bearish structure, and the price going towards the VWAP first lower band at the 18k region, all that stuff. And if you open up here, you'll see that a screenshot. So it was way a couple of days ago. We tweeted that, and let's scroll down. So we've been sharing also our videos on Twitter, and here again another tweet here saying price always go back to the VWAP green line. This tweet comes from our Instagram account. I will share that as well with you in a minute. So again, we have I don't know if you can see here, but it was days ago, so October 6th. So days ago we were saying like, okay, the price will go back to always go back to the VWAP green line, and and all that. Anyway, you got the picture. You can check it out, our posts, our tweets. So here is the Instagram account. Here we have it. Some different posts. So again, analysis. We have technical analysis, price action analysis. Here's some of them as well. You can go there and check. Consider go and join us on those channels as well. And if you're not subscribed to this YouTube channel, please consider, so you can have our our latest from our channel. And we're also going back here. I think, guys, we're seeing this Bitcoin, so don't need to be. There is no reason to be bullish. So we are aiming to see Bitcoin go into this region so we can buy some more. Sometimes doing nothing is doing something. So right now, I would stay. If you're trading like short-term trading, that's fine. Let in the comments below if you want to talk about short-term trading, so I can maybe do videos about that. But here we are tracking Bitcoin for those who wants to invest for the medium long term. So we also do trades, but not for living. But we can talk about that as well. So what will is the next stop for Bitcoin price, next movement for the short-term traders. All right, so we can talk about that if you like. Leave in the comments. All right, and a part of that is just to track Bitcoin, what's going on with the crypto markets, and to spot the best time to buy more. Okay, And right now we are on, you know, for many months right now we are in a downtrend, very bearish, crypto winter, but there is a time to, you know, best times to buy assets again, so good assets such as Bitcoin, and then of course there are many altcoins very good to invest. Okay, we can talk about that as well, so leave in the comments below. I think that was everything I wanted to share with you on today's video. And remember, on the weekends the market goes very slow, so very low movements, so don't expect to see anything excited on the weekend. So go enjoy your life and keep tuned, and see you on the next video.